Gentlemen, oh, not good morning, but good evening because we're in Melbourne and it's 8:57. So welcome to the show. My name is Claude Sharadi, and tonight it is the Vox Pops night. This is the night where we actually talk to the community. We give the community opportunity to talk about whatever that is important to them, but we'll also talk about some of the things that have happened in during the week in the news. More on this in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, Rashwari here, and we apologize for the delay in this show because we've had a few technical issues. But we are on Monday night, and Monday night we talk about what matters to the community. We call this Vox Pops, and we give people an opportunity to discuss whatever they want to discuss. We ask people to share whatever they have as concern or anything that they want to share with the community. So I'm just going to be doing that in just a second, but I'll let you watch. We'll start with what happened in the news. And one thing very important that happened in the news that the Victorian Premier Daniel Andrews was fined for not wearing masks. So we'll watch a little bit of this and we go from there.
This was Daniel Andrews in the car park of Victoria's Parliament on Wednesday, walking toward the press pack prior to holding a doorstop barefaced, and again on Thursday. It's proven a costly oversight, having been fined $400 for breaching COVID rules. In a statement, Victoria Police confirmed it has issued 2 infringement notices to Premier Daniel Andrews for breaching Chief Health Officer directions. Premier Andrews received 2 fines for not wearing a mask, each to the value of $200. Earlier, the Treasurer and Chief Health Officer backed the police investigation.
I had a brief look at the footage. It looks like he's been approaching a camera for the purposes of doing a piece to camera. Of course, you're allowed not to wear your mask.
As the Treasurer's made the point, the police will review it and they'll make an appropriate call. They know what the public health directions are in terms of what mask requirements are.
The Premier wasn't at Friday's COVID update but has apologised, saying whilst this was an oversight, oversights matter. Everyone needs to follow the rules and I am sorry it occurred. The error coincides with a new mandate for students grade 3 and above who'll be required to wear face masks indoors when they return to class this month.
Okay, that is a courtesy of Sky News. We took that footage from Sky News on the internet. So Daniel Andrews is the premier who's been telling us almost every single day that we need to do this, we need to do that, but he himself has been caught with no mask. You wonder what are our leaders doing? All the things that they say that look so responsible. Obviously, they say they are their only, concern or their only purpose is to manage the pandemic, and they want to make sure that people do the right thing, but they themselves they are not doing the right thing. So, it begs the question whether all this lecturing that we've endured for so many months. Melbourne is now the most locked down city in the world, and we've had the longest lockdown in the whole world, and that's not fun because a lot of us would want to have our freedom back. We don't want to continue to be locked in our houses, and people are losing their livelihoods. Businesses are collapsing. Families are, going through tough times. Some of them even dislocating. People are losing their loved ones. Obviously, it's a pandemic and it's a serious matter, and we expect that the government will take action to try to assist. But there are other states where, in Australia here, Western Australia, South Australia, and Tasmania, and Northern Territory, they've not had much. Even WA, they've not had much of a lockdown. But in Melbourne, we've had the longest one. And then to see our premier himself not doing the thing that he's lecturing people day and night to do, well, it begs the question, and it obviously doesn't encourage all of us to be able to do what we are being told to do. So I will ask you the question: what do you think about this? If you want to respond to this, here's the number. You can call us, and we can have you on air where you can share your opinion in relation to this or any other matter, because Monday night here in Melbourne is the night where we do Vox Pops, and we ask people to say whatever that is important to them. If you're watching, please just tell us where you're watching from. Put a little comment to tell us where you're watching from. So I'm going to be having a couple of people who are willing to talk to us tonight, who are going to be sharing their opinions on what is happening. I'll just call the first one. Yes, how you going? Good. All right. Just give us 1 second. I think the Bluetooth for some reason wouldn't work. We just need to fix that in a moment. I'll tell you in just a moment. Bluetooth broadcaster. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. So let me just remind those watching that we have Mabor, who is the director of Center for Migration and Refugee Health, and who's got a message to share tonight. So Mabor, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Clyde, for inviting me at this time of the night. I hope everyone is doing good. Today actually is the extension of Mental Health Week.
Okay.
Mental Health Week is celebrated each year in October around Mental Health Days on 10th. And very important for all of us as a community that are facing, pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic, which is quite challenging to some of us, that we are going in the period of vaccination, and to avoid the stresses and anxieties at this time of the week. We need all of us to get prepared and ensure that we should get vaccinated. For some of us that are quite hesitant, vaccine is free, it's provided by the government, is well put under trial, decision, and it's quite, important in terms of how it can prevent COVID-19 from each and everyone, regardless of age, gender, and ethnicity. So my advice is just to make sure that we have many COVID-19 clinic follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
We have one in Western Suburb. We have one in Eastern Suburb that is being carried out by Monash Health. And one in Western Suburb is carried out by Western Health in partnership of Society of South Sudanese Professionals
Yeah.
and Center for Migrant Refugee Health. So if any one of you that has no time, this is just walk-in clinic, then you need to go without an appointment, and you will be given your vaccination without even wasting time.
I see.
So, given the fact that now we are faced with the difficulties, please, we need to make sure that we get vaccinated. As the COVID-19 is quite spreading now within the community, many of us are admitted in ICU, some are dying. But to prevent all this, is to ensure that you get vaccination in the right time. That's what I can tell my audience and audience of
African Media Australia.
Media Australia.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mabo, for encouraging people to vaccinate. Obviously, we're still dealing with the pandemic, and the vaccine can save lives, does save life. If you have not vaccinated, consider being vaccinated. And there are lots of places, as Mabo indicated, that are being made available for people who want to vaccinate. Thank you. We will do appreciate your time, and we'll be happy to talk to you again next time. Thank you very much.
I appreciate Clyde. Thank you.
All right.
Good work. Thank you. Bye.
No worries. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so that was Mabor, who
Bye. Thank you.
all right.
Good work. Thank you. Bye.
No worries. Bye-bye. Okay, Mabor is the director of the Center for Refugee and Migrant Health, and is encouraging people to vaccinate. I will go back on the issue tonight, which we're talking about the responsibility of the leaders, and I'm specifically pointing what Daniel Andrews, the Premier of Victoria, did earlier this week when he was caught not once but twice not wearing a mask, and that obviously is not good for a man who has been lecturing a whole state day in and day out. I don't know how many times he's been on that press conference since the pandemic started. It could be 1,000 times, I'm not sure, or maybe too much, maybe half of that, or 1/3 of that. But anyway, he was caught not doing the things that he tells people to do. That is not the best thing for him, and it also shows that no matter how willing you may be to get this pandemic, done, or finish or eradicated, so to speak, it is quite a bit of work, and people are tired. People want to recover their freedom. New South Wales is taking a lot of steps to be able to return everything to normal. Vaccination rates over there have been going quite well, and we're hoping that in Victoria as well, soon we will be able to go back to some semblance of normal life. We know we're not going to be as free as we used to be before COVID anymore. Life ultimately has changed and is going to continue to change in relation to this COVID situation. So it's important that I'm just going to take this. Sorry, I lost my glasses there, but I just want taking my headphones away. And for those who are watching, please tell us where you're watching from. Put a little comment where you're watching from. We're talking about the greatest piece of the news this week, which is about the fine that Premier Daniel Andrews in Victoria was given for not wearing the mask, and what that actually means for the community. It means that it shows that everybody, including himself, the big man who's lecturing us, is also kind of tired. Wearing masks and all that sort of thing. If you're walking, wearing mask is not something that we are naturally used to. If you're working, it's even worse, especially if you have to do things that require some sort of physical force to be used. Even just the fact that the mask has lots of it hurts if you put it for quite long. It hurts your ears. So we hope that the right measures will be taken so that we start sort of recovering or going back to some semblance of normal life again, it's going to be very hard. But it's important that the community is properly mobilized to be able to do the right thing, so that we will be able to put this pandemic behind us. If you want to say something in relation to the topic tonight, or anything that is actually in your mind, the Vox Pop section of the African Knowledge Show is about giving you a voice. So do not hesitate. It's every Monday from 8:45 to 9:15. So we've got about 5 minutes left. Wherever you're watching, in Melbourne, in Australia, or even overseas, if you can ring that number, you can be on air and you'll be able to share your message. It doesn't have to be related to COVID. In fact, we've had too many things, too much talk about COVID. We may as well talk about other things. So whatever is in your mind that you would like to share, feel free to do so. It may not be tonight, but maybe prepare yourself for next Monday. You can also send a voice message through WhatsApp, and we can play that message. So you can take time to write a message and speak it, record it, and send it to us. If you're not very comfortable to speak live on the telephone, that's another way of doing it. And you can also make comment. You can send a comment via Facebook, via YouTube, or even via email or inbox on our Facebook page, Africa Media Australia. So that's pretty much it for this section tonight. It's only half hour. I want to thank you for those who've been watching. Vox Pops is for you every Monday, 8:45 to 9:15. If you want to have something you want to share with the community, if there's something that is bothering you, you want to share it, or if it's something that you like to just be able to get it out of your chest, or give some sort of advice to people in the community, we've designed this Vox Pop section just for that. So use it when you have something to share, and do not hesitate to contact us. So until next time, stay safe and stay blessed. Thank you very much.